Welcome back to Shem's Universe. So today, guys, we're going to go over the major aspects in your astrology chart. So the major aspects in the astrology chart are very obvious. Um, for a lot of people, they're always looking at different things like planetary aspects, what signs are in each house. But the honest truth is that your big three, your sun, your moon, your rising, tell you a lot, but you have to know how to analyze and read them properly. In my new reading, the unfiltered astrology reading, I go over your planetary aspects, house positions, then how to actually utilize and weaponize them for your advantage in both a moral and subsequent immoral way as well. But that's more so for that reading. For today's lesson, what it specifically is how to actually analyze your key attributes in your astrology chart. So to start off, you have your sun sign. So it's important to know what your sun sign is, but there's other important factors to look at. And the other important factors that you need to actually take into your perspective, I should say, is this. You want to look primarily at what house is the sun sign in specifically, because the house that the sun sign falls in is going to be a lot more important than just what your sun sign is. The reason being, I'm a sun sign Gemini, for instance. My sun sign is in the 10th house. Me having a sun sign in like the 6th or the 8th house would be a lot different for me being a Gemini than me having in the 10th. So that means that, like, for me, speaking, communication, trading, things like that is within my career. If my sun sign says my primary focus in life should be on my career. That's a lot different than if it was in like the 5th house, where it'd be a lot more social, recreational. Maybe I'd be more of just a motivational speaker, something like that. I'd have to see where it would lead me, but it's a lot different, meaning I wouldn't be as career focused. I'd be more social, networking, recreationally focused, maybe family focused as well. So a lot of what your life path entails is actually hidden in where your sun sign positioning is. I'm a life path 8, so the connection there is that life path 8s are very status driven. They're very much money driven. We all know that for sure. But it matches with my sun sign being in that 10th house. For you guys, let's say maybe you're a life path 7, you possibly can have it in maybe the 7th house, because you have to learn about relationships, or your sun sign could be in the 9th house, where you have to learn in general, or the 11th, where it's about socializing. So there's a lot of different things that you have to take into account when you're looking at your sun sign. So you take in your sun sign, the description, its strengths, its weaknesses, that's important. But then the next thing you want to look at is what houses it's in, and then what other planets are in that house. Is it just your sun sign in the house, or is it planets aspecting it as well? Because the planets that aspect it will give you other details about what your life is going to be like. So your sun sign positioning, to finalize this part of the video, determines what your life path main subject is. Your moon sign is all about your natural talent. A lot of people don't know this at all. They're like, moon sign, they think subconscious mind, inner self, all this natural stuff, not like your urges. What it really comes down to is your moon sign designates where you have natural talent or an affinity to do very well with very little effort on your part. Now, this is very important because I would arguably say that where your moon sign is in respects to what sign it is and then what house it's placed in is very important when you are trying to look at your career from an astrological perspective. The reason being is, think about it. If you know what you're naturally good at, it's like looking at your expression number in numerology. So it's like, okay, now I know what I'm naturally good at, so I should probably go into a career that is around this subject matter, so I do very well. Same thing goes for you guys. If you look at the moon sign now, you're saying, okay, well, I have possibly, like for me, for instance, I have moon sign Scorpio, I have it in the 3rd house. So that makes me know I'm very good at like research, analytics. That's why I do good in like trading. I like pattern recognition. I like the idea of day trading. I also like doing research. Why I like astrology, numerology. I'm a very avid researcher. I can research and read all day. I've been like that since a youth. So that's natural to me. So it doesn't take a lot of discipline for me to get that stuff done. For you guys, it's the same thing. You have to look at what's natural for you. What's that natural passion, as they would always say, right? Where's that natural fire within you? Because with that said natural passion, you're then able to find what you're naturally going to be good at and what you're going to be able to make money the easiest at. Because if you're naturally good at something, that means you're naturally probably going to like it. Then the more you like it, the more you're going to want to do it. So all of a sudden, when you're doing something around that, when it comes to work or a career, it's not so much like a career for you, because it's a career, not so much as work for you, because it's like you just enjoy doing the whole process of it, which will in turn attract more abundance to you. So like what I like to call the moon sign is the secret money sign, really. And I'm going to do a separate video on that in itself and go through each of the houses and the definitions. But if you want like your own definition for it, what you want to do is get the unfiltered astrology reading where I go over all the planetary aspects, talk to you in depthly about how to use this, how to make money with your moon sign, and so on and so forth. It keeps going. There's a lot more to it than that. Other rituals I include, and yeah, it's a lot. But yeah, for the moon sign, that's what it's all about, guys, is you have to know, okay, my moon sign is X, and then it's in this position, so here's what I should probably be doing, and I already like that thing anyways. Because wherever your moon sign is, you're going to find that, like, you're naturally either good at it or it's a major factor in your life, meaning your focus has always been on it anyways. So you might as well do a job that facilitates around that subject matter, so you just make money easy because your algorithm is already pushing you in that direction. Finally, we have the rising sign. So that's the first house. Everybody knows that their rising sign is it's very good to know what it is because its season, its time of the year is the best luck for you. I'm a rising sign Virgo. In Virgo season every year, I've always made the most money. So when everybody's like, it was like, oh, it's go back to school season, it's fall, da da da. People are always going like down energy. I'm always like going up at that time. Why? It's funny. So what I would say to you guys is like definitely examine where your where your rising sign, what your rising sign is, and then identify whether you trust Eastern astrology or Western when it comes to the calendar dates, when your zodiac sign season is when it comes to your rising sign. So if you have Scorpio season, that's cool, that's coming up. If you're a rising sign Leo, that means you gotta wait till next year, and so on and so forth. You get it. But during that season is when you should be taking the most risks, when you should be really trying to manifest or even have that as manifestation dates. So like the best thing to do is like to say, okay, I'm gonna put on X amount of muscle by this date. Do it like the first date of your rising sign season. So this is like a little bit of the last bit of this, I'm giving you guys a free glitch that I actually charge for, is a manifestation code to actually get things done. If you want to hit any goal, no matter what it be, money related, family related, status related, just anything material or immaterial, meaning like non-tangible, you want to hit a certain goal and be very on point with it, all you got to do is this, guys. Look at what day does your rising sign season start, and then pick a day within that rising sign season. I like to do the first day, but you can do whatever day you want within that season. So for me, for instance, if I want to stack up a certain amount in crypto, I'm going to write on a piece of paper in black or red ink, very specifically because of my life path number. I'm going to write it out and say, I want to achieve, or I will have this amount of money via cryptocurrency day trading on, I would say for me, like August 22nd, 2026. That is more likely to happen and manifest than if I try to do that and say I'm going to manifest it on like July 1st or January 1st or February 13th. It's a lot more likely that I get it on my rising sign season. But even if my rising sign was sooner, it still would be more tangible. Like let's say if I was a Sagittarius rising, meaning that season's still coming up for me, I would still make a primary monetary goal for the first day of Sagittarius season. I know I'm probably going to hit it. If you put your full energy into something and you're using the help of your rising sign energy, you're naturally just going up with it because you're going with the algorithm of the universe, what it wants you on. Not to add in the fact that if you're actually doing things that are towards where your sun sign is, meaning your career surrounds where your sun sign house is, and where your moon sign house is, meaning you're using your natural talents, it's going to be extremely hard for you to use these three signs, the big three as they call it in astrology, and fail. It's the same thing with numerology. Life path, day number, expression number, or your name number, if you're looking at it from a Chaldean perspective, is the key to the universe for you. For astrology, it's the sun, moon, and rising sign, but you have to know what you're looking for. It's not specific what sign they are, but where are they in your chart with the moon and the sun sign. That's going to distinctively tell you how to operate in your life. Moon, like I said, to give you a recap, is your natural talent. Sun is where probably where your natural focus is going to be. It could also tell you where distractions are going to be as well. So you got to look at the strengths and weaknesses of these positions, and you're going to be able to master your life quite naturally just with that alone. All right, so I hope this does help, guys. If you have any questions for me, just leave something in the comment section for me. Aside from that, like, subscribe. Holla at me. That's it for today, guys. Peace.